Morning, good morning. Happy Monday, y'all. Hello. Oh, just looking up. There it is, right there. And- Okay, why did it look like that? All right, happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I got my thing on here. But where my mamas at? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all, welcome to my live today. I have not been on the live in a few days, so I'm a little like I feel like I haven't done this in a while, girl. I've been chilling. I've been minding my business, but I wanted to hop on really quick. I'm not gonna be on here long because I really need to get off at 10. Girl, that's in 15 minutes. But if you are a mom, welcome to my page. Girl, I get on here and try to show mamas how to literally take this phone that you watching me on right now and turn it into income. Okay, sis. I'm sorry, I don't want to rush this or nothing like that, but I'm telling you right now, stop making excuses. Stop thinking that you are not qualified. Stop thinking that you can't do what you see these people doing on the internet. Okay, social media has a tendency of making people feel like, man, my life's not together. Oh, I don't qualify. I can't do this. I'm not capable. Girl, first of all, if you are a mom, and this is why I love helping mamas. First of all, I want you to think about all the things that you do all day long. I want you to think about all the stuff, all the hats you wear, girl. Okay, all the things that you do, you are more than capable. Okay, mamas, we make shit happen out of nothing. Okay, so you can definitely run a business and have a business for yourself and be successful. So if you don't know about me, I got started with digital products because it changed my life. I am a serial wannabe entrepreneur, I guess you can say, and I've tried so many different hustles. Hey, welcome in that brown skin girl. I'm seeing that brown skin girl. Girl, I tried so many different things. Okay, y'all, everything. I've tried it all. Okay. Digital marketing, digital products, and done for you digital marketing is probably going to be the easiest and fastest R- ROI you ever can get involved in. Because the really cool thing about it is you don't have to have any experience. You don't have to be qualified. You don't have to have a lot of followers. Girl, you ain't got none of that shit. Okay. Who ain't qualified? Who would look, and I'm speaking from like myself, y'all. I wasn't qualified. I didn't have no followers and I didn't have any experience. But what I did have was I wanted to change my situation. So I don't know if I got anybody in the room right now who is just tired. Sorry, I got kids in the background, y'all. Who is tired of living paycheck to paycheck, right? You're tired of being in the same cycle, right? You're tired of getting on this internet and scrolling and watching so many people win and change their lives. And it's, you know what I'm saying? I hope you mad. You should be getting mad because, you know what I mean? It ain't about you hating. I ain't saying you gotta hate on nobody or whatever like that. Thank you, I mean. You ain't gotta hate on nobody. I ain't saying that. But at the same time, it should be firing you up as you are sitting back and watching so many people change their lives right in front of you. They not better than you, sis. They not. They not. You know what I'm saying? You ain't better than them. Okay. The only difference between a lot of us, y'all, nowadays, and the reason why I always like to say that is because I used to be someone who struggled with procrastination. I used to struggle with, actually just making, things happen. I would have all these ideas in my head. And this is something that I feel like moms, we do so much. You saving this post. Oh, girl, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna recreate it and I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna launch my thing. And then what you do, you talk yourself out of it, you get in your head and you make excuses. But then you'll sit back and it's late at night and you're scrolling on your phone and you're like, damn, I had this idea 6 months ago. I had this idea, a year ago, and I still haven't executed. Why? Because you're so concerned about what somebody else is going to say about you. You're so concerned about what people going to think about you. You're so concerned about what your family going to say or whatever. But my question is to you, are they paying your bills? Okay. Are they responsible for your happiness? And the answer should be motherfucking no. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. So, um, once I started, y'all, like finally sticking to the plan and not actually my feelings and how I felt that day, regardless if somebody pissed me off or the kids was getting on my nerves, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna lock in. Worst case scenario, what can happen if I just lock in and I just give you my all and I say to myself, failure is not an option. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of us, and a lot of y'all need to hear that. You know what I mean? It's not going to be perfect when you do something. You're not going to have all the answers, okay? You're not going to be the most confident. The point is to do it and get better. How can you ever get better at something? How can you grow at something? How can you learn a skill if you've never even tried it? If you're scared to just step out. Like, you know what I mean? Sorry, y'all, I'm a little hyped today because, again, I ain't been on live in a while. But, you know what I mean? It starts with you and it starts with your mind. It starts with you making it up in your mind. Hey, I'm going to do this shit. I don't care if people think it sounds far-fetched. I don't care if, you know what I'm saying, it don't make sense to you. This is what I want to do. It's on my mind and I want to change my situation, and I say that because y'all, I'm telling you, as a person that like literally is living a dream life, you know what I mean? I really constantly try to hold back so much and not show y'all a lot But y'all, like, I literally changed my life all from just saying, you know what? I want more. I want to do, I want to live different. I want to break generational curses. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And if it offends somebody, baby, you're offended. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. Because again, I know a lot of y'all want to change your situation. Who wants to live paycheck to paycheck? Is there anybody that want to live paycheck to paycheck? I'm just saying, are you cool with that? And then on top of that, like, I think a lot of people, and it's been normalized that normal is normal. You know what I mean? Normal is, okay, if you work a job, you know what I'm saying? You get paid every 2 weeks, right? You know what I mean? You have just enough to get by. Damn sure can't have too much, okay? You better not be trying to do it. That's when people start calling you bougie. You know what I'm saying? When you try to do some, no, baby, I need more than enough because I want to go to brunch. I want to spend a reckless amount of money on my kids whenever I want. I want to go on vacation, whatever the hell I want. Like, I want you to start saying this out loud, sis. I want you to start getting practice, you know what I mean, and start saying this shit out loud. Because I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all, it ain't a skills problem. You know what I mean? You just don't know how to use your skills. All right. It's you are so afraid what somebody gonna say. This is why I'm always saying, who gonna fight you? Who gonna beat you up? Because you want to live your life. Who gonna beat you up? Who gonna fight you if you want to live your dreams? Who gonna fight you if you say you want to drive your dream car and you're willing to do whatever it takes to get there? Now, not anything, okay? I'm just saying. But you know what I mean? Like, who is gonna fight you? You need to get out of your comfort zone, girl. Let me virtually slap you now and say, fuck them people that got anything to say about you. Fuck them people, your family, your cousins, your sister, your brothers, whoever, right? If you want to, baby, if you want a G-Wagon, do what you got to do to get that G-Wagon. If you want to finally buy a home, do what you got to do to get that home. Who is going to fight you? Y'all, that's the biggest thing that holds so many people back. It was the biggest thing that held me back. It wasn't the fact that I wasn't qualified. It wasn't the fact that I wasn't willing to put in the work. And this is why I speak to moms like how I do, because sis, you figure shit out every single day. You problem solve every single fucking day. Thank y'all for the likes on TikTok. So what you mean you can't figure out how to get this bread when you watching people on the internet every day? You sitting up watching the internet and be like, oh, I'm gonna disqualify myself. I can't. I'm scared. I don't want to. I don't want to. I can't because people are gonna think that I'm, you know what I mean? They're gonna make fun of me. Then I have to put my camera up. Then I have to talk. And da-da-da-da. But again, who paying your bills? Let me know. Okay. But if y'all do not know, I created a community because I'm telling y'all, once I found out about digital marketing, done for you digital marketing, it literally opened up my world. Like it truly transformed my life. I went from y'all living paycheck to paycheck. And when I say living paycheck to paycheck, living paycheck to baby, it barely wasn't even paycheck to paycheck because the paycheck was gone before I got the paycheck. Okay. So I say living paycheck to paycheck, but it was really gone before that. But once I discovered that, wow, like people want skills, y'all. People want to learn things. People want, when they have a problem to something, they want that problem solved ASAP. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of y'all are sitting on so many skills. You have so many talents, and people come and ask you for information all the time. And what you do, oh, I don't want to be a gatekeeper or whatever like that, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'll just get the information free. But that's your time. That's your energy that you put in when you could be taking that. And there's nothing wrong with taking the skills that you have. And there's nothing wrong with helping people, y'all. I help people, bless people, get on this internet all the time, pretty much every day, and drop free game and drop free gems. But we live in a world, in a society where, baby, in about a few more years, y'all, like they're forcing people into entrepreneurship. So this is the time, this is like literally the year that it's time for you to start creating something of your own. It's time for you to take the skills that you have and turn it to something of your own. Okay. And people will pay you for it. And there's nothing wrong. It's not bad. Again, society has made normal being, hey, you shouldn't have anything for yourself. You should go work for somebody for 40 years and have a death sentence. And literally when you retire, you die. Like that's what they want to put off on us, y'all. And that's not life. That's not living. You should have more than enough. You should have, you know what I'm saying? Can I go to the bank and go grab $10,000? Can I go to the bank and go grab whatever I need? Or should I just have barely enough? I'm waiting on that bonus. I'm waiting on that, that quarter raise. You know what I mean? That's what society wants us to think. And that's why they don't teach it. You know what I mean? And that's why they don't put it out there, in these schools. And, I knew when I grew up, baby, I ain't had no entrepreneur class going up. I ain't know nothing about it. I ain't know shit about investing until, I got grown and had to figure out, normal has been, or society has made normal, oh, you shouldn't invest in yourself. You should literally just, save your money, leave it in an account, and it's going to grow. It's going to grow, point 0.23%, you know what I mean, on the dollar. You know what I mean? And that's why so many of us are stuck. That's why so many of us don't get anywhere. And then all we do is just sit back and watch so many people, well, wow, look at her. she's really, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Bitch, you better get your shit together and say, fuck that. Bitch, what I gotta do? And that was me, y'all. And I'm just being honest with you. Like, once I just decided, like, again, hey, welcome in on TikTok, y'all. Once I decided, and a lot of y'all, that's where y'all at right now. Y'all need to decide. You need to decide, you know what? Okay, I'm on this internet 8 hours out of the day, like a goddamn job. What the hell am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Okay, Love and Hip Hop, I'm gonna have to put you to the side for a second. Okay, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yes, I love looking at luxury and stuff like that, but baby, I want that because half of the motherfuckers on there is renting their houses and stuff like that anyway, y'all. So we gotta stop getting to a point where it's like, hey, you're looking up to her. Oh my God, I just want to be just like her or whatever. And bitch, what are you gonna do? Okay, so that's what I that's what I get on here, and show moms, the importance of, I don't teach you how to make money online. I teach you how to become the woman who never has to worry about money ever again. Because when you acquire high income skills, that sets you up to never have to worry about money again. You know why? Because you create multiple opportunities for yourself to make income. So when I got started with Done For You digital marketing, I didn't really have high expectations for myself, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know if anybody in the room right now is familiar with Done For You digital marketing, but essentially I got started with a Done For You course, right? And it was teaching me skills. I paid a one-time, I paid a one-time investment fee or whatever for it. $500. I was in my head. I was nervous. I really didn't even have the money to do it, but something just kept pushing me to that direction. I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I didn't let one investment hold me back, because 9 months later, I made my first 6 figures, y'all, from selling someone else's shit. Selling someone else's shit. Somebody did the hard work. Somebody took the time to put together this information. And the really cool thing about it was I was actually learning. Okay. So even with an investment, a lot of people want to brag. Good morning. A lot of people love to brag and be like, oh, I'm going back to school. I'm going back to school and I'm getting my degree. What you getting that degree for? You don't even know. You just think it sounds good because, again, society, y'all, society has made it seem like, okay, well, if you go to school and get, baby, nowadays education don't even mean shit. We got motherfuckers running shit that ain't got no kind of education, barely finished high school. So, you know what I mean? Again, it's all about shifting your perspective. It's all about shifting your mindset and thinking for yourself, right? How can I get ahead of the game? All right. How can I control what I, have? I'm not gonna let nobody tell me when I can eat and tell me, oh, well, I ain't giving you no hours today. You know how you done had that boss that be trying to be funny and you banking on that overtime and stuff like that, and then they catch a little attitude and now all of a sudden you ain't getting that overtime. See, we can't keep living our life like that. We have to create something of our own. And so, when I got into digital marketing, I started learning, I started seeing it. And then I started seeing that, baby, it was some Black people doing it too, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I thought it was a scam. I thought it was too good to be true. And I know a lot of y'all see it all day long or whatever like that. But the reason why you're seeing it is because you've been researching for it. If you're in this live right now, you probably have been researching ways to make money online, but you just don't know. Maybe you've been burned before. Maybe you got started and just didn't have direction. All right. That's where I come in. Okay. So if you're a mom and you're looking for a way, I'm telling you right now, sis, you are qualified. Okay. I don't care if you don't have any experience. I don't care if you don't have any followers. I don't care if you ain't never posted a piece of social media or a piece of content on social media ever. It does not matter. What I'm telling you is, as a mom, and the key to actually making money is to problem solve, to serve. Okay. See, a lot of y'all think that, oh, maybe I'll just go viral or whatever like that if I post this cute little video of my sister or my baby or whatever like that. Don't nobody give a damn about that. Okay. When you learn to actually serve people online, all right, when you learn to actually solve a problem, and for a lot of us mamas, right, what's the one thing that we want? We want to get our motherfucking time back. We want peace, right? We want to move how we want to move. We don't want to be up in the morning rushing and stuff like that, right? I don't know about y'all. Do y'all want to do that? Because I damn sure don't, right? That's why I did it. Yeah, I needed money, but the biggest thing, it was I wanted my time back. I wanted to be a present mom. Do I have any moms in the room right now that want to just be present, that want to have more than enough? Y'all, I started because when I used to go to Walmart, baby, and I see the cute little outfits for my baby girl, whatever like that, baby, cost $3 and I couldn't even get it. You know what I mean? I got tired of that shit, simple shit. Okay. Yes, I know some people out here want to, get Louis Vuitton and do all that or whatever. If that's your thing, you can do that too as well. But the point is, I wanted my time back. Do I have any moms in the room right now that just want their time back, that just want peace, that just want freedom, that want to put their bills on auto pay so they ain't got to be overthinking and calling, making payment arrangements and being like, hey, can I pay 175 today? You know what I mean? After a while, that shit should be firing you up, y'all, because there's too many opportunities right now online, regardless if you have experience, regardless if you have any followers, regardless, it does not matter, for you to take advantage of. Okay. You got to stop making excuses and stop feeling sorry for yourself and be like, oh, that can never happen for me. I live in a small city, so I don't know. Baby, you got a phone. You got a phone. You got access to Wi-Fi. Even if you ain't got Wi-Fi, baby, you better pull up in that McDonald's parking lot. Okay. All right. So, y'all, when I figured out how to really kind of like crack the code of turning my everyday life into content that paid me anywhere from $400 to $3,000 a day, I was like, bro, I gotta put the mamas on because this shit is too easy. It's too simple. Now, am I saying like it's a get rich quick scheme? Absolutely not at all, y'all. Anything that you do requires work. Okay, everybody likes to make it seem, and this one thing y'all gonna learn about me. I'm just letting y'all know right now. Okay, I'm not one of these creators to be like, oh, you just need 2 hours a day. No, the fuck you don't. Okay, you definitely gotta put in the work. But if you're trying to make life changing money, if you're trying to get $3,000 deposits, 5,000, whatever that is, whatever your goal may be, it's very possible. But it requires a skill, and it also requires structure. See, a lot of y'all and a lot of these communities and a lot of these programs out here, right? They sell you, hey, take in all this information, it's organized or whatever like that. Go through this course in 2 days and you're going to be successful. It shit don't work like that, right? And it damn sure doesn't work like that for a mom, because as a mom, you got real life going on. Your kids need you. You got to go stop and do what you're doing or whatever. The kids is interrupting you. I get it, right? And I knew all that. And I took that into mind because when I got started, yeah, the information was really helpful. Yes, the information was, organized, but it wasn't structured for me. It wasn't structured for my lifestyle. Dealing with, again, kids that need shit. My damn husband, I'm constantly being interrupted. I got ADHD. I got mom brain. I'm constantly forgetting the shit that I be even talking about. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I need to create something that, you know what I mean? Again, going back to that problem solving thing, because as moms, this is the number one thing that we good, baby. I'm telling you, y'all, we turn nothing into something every single day. And this is why I get so hyped up and get so excited about, for moms, y'all, because y'all do this shit. Y'all do this shit every single day. Baby, let it be some potatoes and some hamburger and some motherfucking cornbread. Your ass will go in there and figure it out and make a meal, and it be the most fireest meal you ever had. That's what we do, y'all. It's ingrained in us, okay? So you can also run a business, a successful business at that, okay? So what I did was I took everything that I learned that helped me scale my business, right? That helped me scale to earning my first 6 figures in 9 months, right? To helping other students earn their first 6 figures, their first 1,000, their first $10,000 online, right? I took all that information and I compiled it into my own community, but a community that was strictly for moms. See, another thing too, a lot of these communities out here, y'all, everything is just thrown together. It's just chat GPT information thrown together. And yeah, it works for some people, right? But for people that really need real structure, a real system, a real step-by-step hand-holding guidance, right? You know what I mean? You actually have to go through the information, but how do you navigate it? Where should you even start, right? And so that was the missing piece that I noticed. And I was like, this is what moms need. If moms have a clear plan on what to do, what to say, what to post, baby, it's inevitable for them to be successful, right? So that's exactly why I created NPM. If this is your first time seeing me, I'm the creator and founder of the Mompreneur Method. This is a licensed digital income asset that I created for moms, okay? Inside, everything is catered in mom language for you, okay? Because I get it, girl. You ain't got time to be being talked down to and being like, okay, this is what you got to do, this, and that. And you like, baby, I'm a beginner. I don't even know where to start, right? And that's the biggest thing, the biggest thing that I feel like so many women and so many moms would struggle with. And when I started applying these skill sets on, and helping people that I was mentoring, moms that I were mentoring, I noticed that they started taking off a lot faster because, again, y'all, social media makes it seem as though like you have to live this certain type of lifestyle in order to be successful. You have to come off this certain way in order to be successful. And that's not true. Sis, do you wash dishes every day? Do you do laundry? You do that? Do you be cooking dinner? Do you be playing with your kids, helping them with their homework? You vacuum and shit? Well, then, baby, you're qualified. Okay, you're qualified. Okay, so I don't know if I have any moms in the room that are looking for a way to start earning, really, and to start learning high income skills. Because again, sis, it's not just about reselling a course. That's not what my community is about. It's so much more than that. Okay, because again, when you learn marketing, when you learn branding, when you learn sales psychology, when you learn positioning online, y'all, this sets you up to be successful at anything. Again, a lot of other programs and communities, what I had noticed and why I seen so many people struggle was they give you so many options, right? And that's the number one thing. Again, y'all know mamas, y'all know how we are, y'all know how we be, girl. Something, it'd be a mood thing. One day you like, okay, I'm gonna try to just focus on reselling this course, or whatever like that. Then you only give it about 2 weeks. A lot of y'all only get a shit about 2 weeks, and then you want to move on to the next thing. Oh, I'm gonna do Amazon reviews. I'm gonna try Amazon reviews and do that. Okay, girl, it's not working how I want. I needed this money by tomorrow. Right? Y'all be doing that, don't y'all? Let me know in the comments if y'all be doing it. All right. Then as soon as that shit don't start working, then you move on to UGCs. Then you want to move on to network marketing. Then you want to move on to Pinterest. Then you're doing Etsy. Girl, okay, we gotta see if you get your foundation straight, if you learn these skills again, if you learn marketing, right? If you learn branding, if you learn sales psychology, baby, you can be coded at Amazon reviews, UGC, because you have the foundation down. And again, this is why in my community, I do not teach you multiple side hustles because honestly, let's get the big bag first. All right. Now, if you want to branch off and do that a little bit later on, by all means, do your thing. But at the same time, let's get the bigger profit. I don't talk to you about, hey, sell this $27 ebook, you know what I mean? I don't do that because if you have one system that does everything that you need, that tells you what to post, that tells you what to say, that tells you how to grow, that tells you how to market, that tells you how to position, that tells you sales psychology, baby, it's inevitable for you to get it, for you to earn. But the thing is, you have to learn that, y'all. You're not going to learn sales psychology in no 2 days. If anybody is telling you that, I guarantee you they're scamming that ass. Okay. People always want to talk about something being a scam. Okay. You're not going to learn sales psychology in 2 days, baby. You're not. Okay. You're just not. Okay. But if you actually take the time to invest in yourself, be a part of a community of like-minded individuals that are doing the exact same thing that you're doing, right? This is what helps you build. This is what helps you grow. And this is what helps you convert, which in turn get your big bag. Okay. So do I have any mamas in the room right now who are interested in learning a little bit more about NPM? If so, let me know in the comments. I am actually hosting a free event next week on April the 2nd, where I'm showing you, baby, because I'm telling y'all, summer about to be, we about to have us a good little summer. I want your Christmas to look a lot different this year, and it can, sis. It can. Do you know by taking the time to actually learn these skills, okay? Learn these skills a couple of hours out of the day, okay? Again, 2 hours of learning the information, but it does consist of a lot more. Again, I'm not going to get on here and lie to y'all and be like, yeah, you only need just 2 hours, that's it. No, you need to be locked in. You know what I mean? I tell my mamas all the time, all of the modules that I have inside of my community, y'all, as y'all can see, I just want, if y'all, this is y'all first time seeing me, I'm a cusser, but I'm also a big believer in Jesus. So my program is faith-led. I will cuss your ass out too, because sometimes y'all need that. Okay. I tell my people all the time, don't post that bullshit, okay? Because again, we need that. You need people telling you that shit's trash. You need people telling you don't do that. You need people telling you, hey sis, you got this. You do this for a living, right? I don't need nobody just saying, yeah, if you just follow the trends and just do that and then use a whole bunch of digital marketing hashtags or whatever, it's gonna happen for you, girl. And then maybe you'll go viral and then you'll just blow up. Shit don't work like that, y'all. I show mamas, baby, if you got 20 people, 20 views, if you getting 100 views, baby, hey, let's convert at least 15 of them people, all right? Because that's all you need. Stop thinking that you got to go viral. Stop thinking that you got to have all these followers, because it's not true. When you learn how to position yourself and get in front of the right people, so the fuck what if you getting 150 views, baby? 20 of them people bought. That's a lot more than having 10,000 views and ain't nobody saying nothing that is giving crickets, okay? I don't have a large following, y'all. A combined across all my platforms, I have like maybe 20K or 15K combined, 10K on YouTube, 2,000 on, maybe I ain't got no followers, y'all. Okay. And I've scaled my business to well over $300,000. All right. That comes from positioning. That comes from knowing what you're talking about. That comes from me actually taking the time to learn skills and implementing them. Okay. So stop thinking that that's what it takes, because I know a lot of people that go viral a lot all the time and baby, they're broke. All right. So again, if you want the views, if you doing this for views, baby, I'm definitely not the person to be trying to help you or whatever. If you trying to do this to try to, what I'm saying, get your likes up and stuff like that, baby, I'm not I'm here to actually show moms how to never have to worry about money again. That's what I do. And that's what my community and my program is about. Okay. So if you are interested, you can definitely click the link in my bio, sign up for the free event next week. You're not going to want to miss it. It's truly like, I don't really consider what I do like webinars and stuff like that. Y'all, let me tell you something. I'm a whole different type of vibe, or something that you're not used to. Again, I will cuss your ass out and get you together because you need that. Okay. Mamas need that. We don't want to be talked to like, oh my God, it's going to be okay. If you just try to, maybe post the video, you know what I mean? LinkedIn. No, bitch. That shit is trash. And so, one thing that, I know a lot of moms love about the community is, every Wednesday I do a live Q&A, and I really just coach you on the spot. I audit your page, answer any questions that you have, but it's also really a great time to see other moms, because again, a lot of us moms, we overthink, we're over analytical. We be doing too much sometimes, y'all. We do, right? But it's important to see other moms in their journey. When I started my when I launched my community, I was like, I don't want to be like other communities out here where it's like, I've made it and all you bitches is beneath me, right? I wanted moms to, be feeling like they're scaling their business right along with me. You know what I mean? I'm scaling my business currently to $1 million, you know what I mean? And I have a lot of moms that are beginner, but, to see so many moms, be able to, like have conversations with them. Because I know what it was like when I was like, damn, I can't wait till I make $5,000 or $10,000, right? It's important. So I'm very, very involved. All of the modules inside my community is me because I'm really big on energy. I don't want a whole bunch of like co-creators and this, and that, because this person is telling you to do this, then this person telling you to do. That's why a lot of y'all be confused. That's why a lot of y'all don't be knowing what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? It's one, it's one sound, one voice, you know what I mean? And it's one vibe. And again, I don't teach side income streams, because if you have one income stream and you actually learn how to scale that, maybe eventually you'll do that. The point of having side income streams, is y'all, is you've mastered one first and then you've moved on to the next thing. That's what these motherfuckers won't tell you. They're like, oh, start all these side income streams, but bitch, you don't even know what you're doing. So how you gonna do that? That don't even make sense. You know what I mean? So again, y'all, I'm definitely not your typical coach, but I'm really real. I'm not a gatekeeper, and I'm very transparent. Okay. We all can win. And again, as moms, I want you to understand this, and I want you to hear me clearly, sis. You have everything that you need. Okay. You're not far behind. You're not too late. You're not none of that. You just haven't been taught how to monetize what you have. And that's exactly where I come into place. And that's exactly where NPM comes into place. So if you are interested, you can definitely comment NPM in the comments, or you can download any of my free resources that I have linked above. Again, NPM is truly like no other community. On top of you getting, lots and lots of support, I've also even took the time to build a GPT to help you, really navigate through the program. So again, if you are someone who maybe you have gotten sales before, right, and it's slowed down, all right, there's certain modules that you don't need to go through. So you have a clear game plan of where you need to start. If you are a complete beginner to what digital marketing is and you're oblivious to what digital marketing is, right, there's a structure and a plan for you. When you get inside of NPM, I have a clear 30-day strategy 30-day strategy plan for you to utilize. Okay. Because again, I want your experience and, to be streamlined, and it should be. Okay. You shouldn't be confused when you're getting a course or a community. You should be feeling like, okay, this shit is getting me to the next level. I get it now, and to see so many moms inside of my community finally get that transformation where they started with different programs and courses. And it was like, yeah, I have all this information, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't teach you to literally take this information and try to regurgitate what I'm saying. My positioning is going to be different from yours because I'm the creator. I'm the founder, right? You shouldn't be repeating my message. And that's what a lot of these programs be telling people to do. Like, say what I'm saying, but bitch, I'm not you. Like, how that work? Like, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna quickly show y'all just a little 1-2-1-2, because I ain't did this in a while, y'all, and I'm trying to get my practice back up. Because girl, I have not been on live in it's been some time. I don't even know. Do I still know how to do this shit? Like, okay, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up, because it's been a minute, y'all. Because I'm about to be back on my 3 days. Okay, y'all about to see me. I'm about to get on y'all nerves. So be prepared to be sick of me. All right. Let me see. YouTube, y'all let me know if y'all can see me, child. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, girl. Okay. Here, let me turn this around. Y'all gotta hurry up because I need to get my ass up out of here. Where is... Okay, y'all. So let me go. Just to kind of quickly show y'all what NPM looks like. But y'all, this is NPM, aka the Mompreneur Method, girl. And like I said, this is a done for you digital income asset, all right? Strictly for moms, all right? This community ain't for everybody. And it's not for every mama, okay? This is for the moms who actually want more, who want structure, all right? Moms that don't want to do this shit by themselves, all right? Sis, again, like I said, when you are in a community, it's something about just having the support, of others and people that actually get it, that actually understand, that actually know what you're dealing with, right? Because you know what I'm saying? You know how you be trying to talk to your man or your homegirl about digital marketing or whatever like that, about just how you just trying to get this bread, right? And they be acting brand new, like, girl, oh, so you be posting content? Oh, okay, I see you. So you not, you know what I mean? And then they have you in your feelings, and then they be trying to talk you. We don't do all that. We support one another. We share content ideas, all of that, because again, being in spaces of like-minded people are doing the exact same thing as you. That helps you know what I mean? And that helps you, grow and, and build up your skills even more, because it's like, all right, sis, I see you too. I see you. You know what I'm saying? So this is NPM. This is the community tab. This is where all the mamas, like post, like anytime that they share their posts, just share their wins or whatever like that, you'll find that here. Like I mentioned, every Wednesday I do a live Q&A where I hop on. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I get on to answer any questions. So again, You are never doing this alone. You have full support. All right. I'm gonna hop quickly in the classroom just to kind of show you the vibe of the community and what it looks like. Everything is mama based. As you can see, again, this training is not for everybody. It's for mamas, okay? Because I want you to understand, again, sis, the life that you live in, that life that you live in right now, all right? You have the skills to help you be able to scale a business. I don't care what nobody is telling you. I know everybody and their mama be like, girl, you need to go get your degree or whatever like that. But everybody and their mama, they got a degree. What they doing? Where they at? Do they got a job? They ain't got no goddamn job, okay? I'm big on ownership because there's nothing like having your own. There's nothing like controlling your own income, right? Because again, there's nothing wrong with working a job, and I'm not knocking that, but use that shit to fund, you know what I mean, your business. Use that shit to fund and get you out of whatever situation it is. Maybe get you your health care or whatever like that. That's cute. Keep that shit, all right? I'm a firm believer in that. But having something of your own, whether it be passive or full-time, okay? A lot of moms that I have helped have quit their, have quit their full-time jobs or whatever like that. Again, to each his own. If you want a miserable job that you hate and you want to be a present mom, you can do that, okay? But start with, something that's done for you. Don't try to, again, ain't nothing wrong with starting from scratch and doing your own thing. I'm not knocking you, but if you want faster results, I'm just telling you from my experience and from helping so many other people, starting with a done for you system is going to be a lot easier than trying to build something up from the ground up. Now, inside of NPM, I highly encourage, you know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time, like, use this as training wheels for you. Okay. You got to get in that momentum and that practice of being on social media, posting content, being consistent, right? You have to build that muscle first, and then you can branch off and do your own thing. You have to build trust with your audience first. You have to serve first in order for people to feel comfortable with you, recognize you, want to make that next move with you. But when you start doing that and you start scaling and scaling, right, that means you've mastered those skills. Now it is time for you to branch off and do something else, and you can. But if you want to resell NPM forever or whatever like that, you can do that as well too, y'all. When I got started with digital marketing, honestly, when I was like, well, shit, I ain't had to build nothing, I'm just going to do this forever. But it's almost inevitable because as you acquire these skills, as you get better, as you get more consistent, right, you're gonna feel inspired to do the shit. I don't care what nobody say. You're gonna be like, you know what? People are always asking me to da, or I'm always helping people do da. Damn, let me take these skills and turn it into something. Like I said, y'all, by the time they said like 2035, motherfuckers is gonna be forced into entrepreneurship. So again, this is the time to hop in, start learning this information, okay? Because again, it opens up the doors to so many opportunities, okay? So again, if you want to do Amazon reviews, if you want to do UGC, if you want to do whatever it is that you want to do, I'm telling you, at the foundation of what that is, you need to learn positioning, you need to learn marketing, you need to learn branding, okay? And you damn sure need to learn sales psychology, okay? Because again, a lot of people think that, oh, if I just post me content, right, people will buy. Oh, it's cute. I look cute. I went by or whatever. But people want to feel like you're solving their problem. People want to feel like, damn, she sees me. She understands me. She can help me. Okay. They don't give a damn about you. And once you realize that, that's going to be the fastest way you can start generating income for yourself. Okay. Because you need people to buy whatever it is that you're offering. But at the same time, it needs to, clearly solve a problem. It needs to clearly be valued. It needs to clearly be transformative, or motherfuckers ain't gonna want that shit. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. But this is IPM, and all of the modules are organized, so you literally have everything that you need. And then you can kind of leave what you don't, But again, like I mentioned, when you get inside, everything is structured for you, okay? From the moment you go to the first module, there literally is a 30-day game plan for you to get started, all right? Okay, so again, you ain't got no goddamn excuse on how you can get started. So literally your first days inside of, your first 30 days inside of NPM, where I literally walk you through the strategy, what modules you need to focus on, okay? So again, so you have a clear plan. Now, if you want to get a little ahead of yourself, you damn sure can do that. But pacing yourself and actually taking time, y'all. We want longevity, okay? I don't want no quick fix. And I don't believe in that, and again, I know a lot of, communities talk about how, oh, you can get through this in 2 days or whatever like that. And that's cute. And a lot of people, yeah, they're successful and they take off, but then shit dies down real fast. When you actually build your foundation and have a strong foundation, you will scale. And that's the biggest thing. I don't want no fast money, baby. I want longevity money. All right. And there's a big difference to that, with that. But again, you get a clear game plan from jump. All right. So there's no confusion. There's no you feeling stuck. There's no, I don't know what to do. You have structure. Okay. Like I mentioned, I am very big on Jesus, girl. So when you get inside of the community, I also, I pray for you because it's really important. I want you to pray over your journey. I want you to lock in with God because that's really the cheat code in life. Okay. The life that you want to live, sis, it's already running parallel to you right now. Right. But you have to decide, you got to lock in and you got to get in that word, baby. You got to start talking to Jesus and he gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? It's y'all, it's clear as day. And for me, I didn't know that for the longest period of time. But once I locked in, once I started waking up, having, being in a sense of gratitude and really spending time with God, even if it was 15, 20 minutes out of my day, my life shifted completely. When I said, you know what, instead of me saying, "Ooh, I want this," no, I'm gonna get it. What do I gotta do to, you know what I mean? Like that's when everything shifted for me. So I'm just trying to tell you, all right, lock in with Jesus. It's gonna change everything. All right. If I go back to this next module here, this is Mama's New Bestie. All right, this is where you're gonna learn all things Chat GPT. A lot of y'all be trying to, y'all be trying to come for Chat GPT, but Chat GPT can change your life. All right, that's one of the tools that you need to be utilizing, and you should be utilizing every single day because it can be getting you paid. All right, you can build your own custom GPT based off of all the knowledge that you have and sell that shit. Literally sell that shit. You know what I mean? So again, if you are one of them Chat GPT haters, girl, I'm just telling you right now, NPM might not be for you, okay? And I ain't offended by that, all right? But I also built a GPT of my own for this community because I wanted moms to feel like they had 24/7 support. I didn't want you to ever feel like you were stuck, ever feel like, damn, what's the next move? What do I need to do or whatever? So I pumped all of my knowledge, everything that's helped me scale my business to well over $300,000, everything that has helped me help other students make, income online. I pumped it into this GP, but I pumped it in a way where it literally is strictly for this program. But she helps you with your offer. She can help you build your own ebook, your own guide, your own freebie, whatever it is that you want to do. But she asks you questions and she actually coaches you back. Okay. This isn't no, Mama Bot. That's her name, y'all. She ain't no yes woman, okay? And that was a really big thing because again, a lot of y'all just are using Chat GPT with no context at all. It's just kind of like, oh, write me a reel, write me a hook, write me this, and it's just like, bro, like, who are you? What do you stand for? Who do you help? What are you good at? You know what I mean? Those things need to be catered around you. So when you come inside of NPM, it's not no, experience. Everybody has a different experience with it because she asks you questions. And like I said, she coaches you back. She'll tell you, nah, don't do that. That shit trash. Okay. You can literally drop, if you're in the DMs, I know a lot of people get scared when they be talking to people via DM. You know what I mean? You could screenshot your DM, send it to her, be like, hey, how I respond back to this mama or whatever like that, because I think she about to buy. Boom. Okay. So you literally never stuck. You never, go without any of your questions not being answered because she is literally trained on everything inside of NPM, including the modules. If you say, hey, I'm struggling with, and I'll show y'all how it quickly works. I'm struggling with, I don't know, I'm struggling with my branding or whatever like that. I really feel like I could be a lot clearer, or I'm struggling with that or whatever like that. Can you help me with that? Sis to help you with that. And that's how that works. What you doing, sis? Let me show y'all. Hey girl, today is my first day inside of NPM. And I don't know what I gotta do, what I need to do. And one thing that I really love about it is you can talk to her real ghetto, girl. That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how I designed this because I get it. Again, I be pressed for time, you know what I'm saying? And I know other mamas be feeling the same way. But you can literally come in here, type shit into her like this, and she's gonna give you, she gonna coach you. She gonna coach you in that moment, all right? She's not gonna be no yes woman, and that's what we love. As you can, she said, hey mama, first breathe. You're not behind, you're not confused. You just stepped into ownership, and now we're gonna get you structured, all right? So boom. First, what do you do? Day one, plan. Go to the I'm not about to overwhelm you. We move with clarity plus execution. Go to the Hey Mama Start Here module. So boom, she gives you what to do. All right. So this is really what changes the game about, anything else that's out there. Right. Because again, I know a lot of people are like, hey, I got all this information, but what do I do with it? Right. You have to follow the structure. You have to follow the system because this is what's going to help you grow. You have to go through the modules, y'all. You trying to go through a module one time is not going to help you. I'm just being honest. You need to go and actually understand this information and then think about, damn, how can I explain this to another mom? How would I say this to her? How can I create content around this subject or whatever? Okay. And when you do that, that's what's going to start pulling people in, which in turn starts building trust with people, which in turn starts getting you paid. And I'm just being honest. All right. I'm sorry I'm a little blunt, but that's all the hell this is. All right. And then as you can see, she even breaks down what's inside of this module. It gives you a 30-day roadmap. It grounds your mindset plus faith, and it prevents you from spiraling. If you skip this, you will stay confused. Do y'all see what I mean when I say clear structure? Tells you what to do, tells you what to say, tells you what to post, tells you where to motherfucking go. All right. And then as you can see, she says, understand what you actually bought. And then so she just explaining everything so you have an understanding. Because again, I know a lot of people don't be going through stuff, and that's why y'all stay stuck. That's why y'all don't make sales. interacted with so many people that have been in all these other courses and communities and stuff like that. And it's like, well, yeah, I just don't understand. A lot of the times it ain't even the course or the community. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times it's your ass ain't went through the damn modules. I'm just being honest with you, y'all. Like it is what it is. And you need to hear that, because you buying something just because it works for hundreds and thousands of other people, if you don't do the motherfucking work, it's not gonna work for you. Okay, it don't work like that. So you need to understand that, but you need to stay up on your craft, stay in these modules and learn. This is one thing that I'm always, pretty much always encouraging, moms and stuff like that. Baby, I can tell when you ain't going through the modules, just so you know, and I'll call your ass out. All right. But again, she gives you, really just great structure, what to follow, what to do. Again, if you say, hey, I'm really struggling on my messaging, I really feel like I could get better at that. How could I do that? She's going to point you in a direction and tell you where to go. So this is what I mean. You get 24/7 support, you get a structure, you get a system that you can follow step by step. So again, this is why I'm saying this is perfect for if you do not have any experience, if you do not have any followers, if you are a beginner, it does not matter. If you can follow a structure, if you can copy and paste, baby, you can start learning these skills and start converting online. Okay. Some of y'all just want to start just growing on social media. You have to follow a system. You have to follow a structure. You can't just post and be like, oh, I'm gonna go hard for 3 days, and then you disappear and then be like, why is this not working? Da, da, da. It takes, y'all, things takes time. You have to learn how to study your analytics. You have to learn how to look at the data and see what's working. You have to try different things out. There is no one size fit all for everybody. And that's what people need to learn to understand. Okay. And that's exactly why I structured NPM like how I did. So she coaches you back. So she answers your questions. So she says, hey, sis, what is your lifestyle? Are you a stay-at-home mom, a work from home mom? Are you a boy mom, a twin mom, whatever, right? Let's build a brand around that. You know what I mean? Again, it's not about you got to get on this internet and start lying and acting like you live in a certain type of lifestyle and putting on this facade. That's what's hard to keep up with when you showing up as you, as the real mama that you are. Your house dirty, you got dishes in the sink or whatever. Hey, I can go in here right now and I'm just gonna show y'all real quick. Because when I say mama bye, she be doing her big one. She be doing her big one. I don't know if she's gonna let me do it since I'm in the beginner mode, but hold on. Okay, could you give me I want to make a piece of content today. Like for example, I need to clean up my house. I need to vacuuming. I need a vacuum, and I'll probably maybe just be washing the dishes. Can you help me turn that into a piece of content that will speak to a mom and possibly make her want to learn more information about NPM? Could you give me a hook that I can put on the video? Because I don't want to talk in this video, and then also give me a caption that's keyword friendly and SEO. Where you see how, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, she real ghetto, so you can talk to her. You know what I'm saying? You like a little ghetto girl, you gonna love NPM, okay? But for real, it's some real shit. It's some real shit, y'all. But as you can see, she said, okay, mama, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You don't need to ring light, mama, da da da. So she said, we're not posting cleaning my house. We're posting building life while still being a present as a mom. Your video ideas. So then again, I built this where moms could literally, because again, I've heard every excuse in the world, y'all. Every excuse, girl, I got a white kitchen, I got a white refrigerator. I don't have no none of that shit matters, okay? Whatever it is, whatever life that you live, you plug and play this into her, and she's gonna help you come out with this idea that's gonna be keyword friendly SEO, okay? So y'all see how I just said that? Like, hey, I ain't got no aesthetic lifestyle, okay? I'm vacuuming, I'm washing dishes. Can I turn this into a piece of content, okay? So again, y'all just need structure. You just need somebody to tell you what to do. And Mama Boss, she got you, all right? So as you can see, she gave us some hook options. She said, POV, you're building a new income stream while still taking care of your home. See how easy, simple, boom, all you do, you copy, paste this, throw this on your video. Y'all know how to put text on your video, right? The next one, this is what's building a business as a mom. This is what building a business as a mom actually looks like. I don't have quiet time, so I'm building anyway. Nobody talks about the part of working from home as a mom, okay? Y'all see this right here, and this is another thing why I built this like I did. A lot of programs is going to tell you to get out here and be like, hey, this is how you can start making $1,000 a day, or this is how you can start making $500 a day, but your ass ain't even did that yet, all right? And that's why so many people struggle, because y'all getting on here and y'all lying, okay? And it's not because you're intentionally doing it, it's because that's what they're teaching you, and then people want to know why they don't get anywhere. You got to be honest. You got to tell your truth. It's not all about getting on this internet and showing screenshots and showing that, yes, that helps, right? But at the same time, what is your real life? Why do you want to invest in yourself? Why do you want to take yourself to the next level? Is it because you want peace, mama? Is it because you want freedom, mama? out there is the same thing. Y'all so quick to be like, shit is a scam, but you going back to school and getting a degree and not getting a job and not being able to do shit with it. You can't resell your degree. So why is that not? Again, that's that normal life that people want us to normalize. That's not normal. Okay. Tell your truth. Be honest, because that's people don't realize that you are a lot more relatable at the beginner stage, way more than once you are down the line, because a lot of people are like, oh, okay, well, that's just because she got all these followers, or that's because she got all these screenshots. Nah, bitch, why are you doing this? Why are you showing up? Is it because you hate your job and you ready to fire your boss? Say that shit and build content around that. And I'm telling you, it makes it 10 times easier to show up online. It makes it 10 times easier to be yourself. It makes it 10 times easier to do talking videos. I know a lot of y'all be nervous and shit like that. I used to be nervous too, girl, but who gonna fight me? That's not what I always say. Okay. And as you can see, she even gives you the caption, you know what I mean? So like, so, and again, if you want to tweak this, you could tweak this or whatever, but the point is everything is done for you. Okay, so whatever it is that you have, whatever you got going on, plug and play. Hey, I got this random video of me and my kids at the park, can you help me turn this into some content? That's what she does, and that's how she helps you. Okay, so, and like I said, you got all these modules that are going to help you, and everything is podcast style learning. I don't think I mentioned that, y'all. So again, I struggle with ADHD. I struggle with staying focused on things, and I knew that a lot of moms think the exact same way, or probably struggle with the exact same thing. So all of these modules, literally, you can pop a headphone in and listen to it on the go. But it's actually fun listening to, because one thing I'm gonna do is, baby, I'm gonna make you laugh. We're gonna cry a little bit, but we're gonna also get this money. All right. But no, seriously, like I said, I cuss a little bit in here. You know what I mean? And it's truly like some training that you've never seen before. But it works, and it's a lot easier to actually go through the modules instead of being like, man, I don't understand shit that these people is talking about, right? And I think that was the biggest thing that a lot of people, sorry, let me turn this around, y'all. I'm supposed to be gone. Child, I'm trying to get back on live in a minute. But yeah. So, but again, if you are a mom and you've been thinking about it, you've been hesitant, sis, I'm telling you, there's a reason why you came across this live today. There's a reason why you've been doing all this research and I happen to pop up on your timeline. Okay. A lot of people always say this to me, girl, you just kept popping up. There's a reason. Okay. Because I always tell God, hey, put me in front of the women that actually want the help. All right. Like I said, NPM is not for every mom. It's for the moms who are ready and who want more. You know what I mean? Because sis, why you feel bad about saying you want to do more and spoil your kids? Why you feel bad about saying you want to take vacations, whatever you want? Why do you feel bad about saying, you know what, if I want to go trick $2,000 on me real quick, who gonna fight me? You know what I mean? Like that's really what it comes down to. But if you are a mom and you know what I mean, you tired of living paycheck to paycheck, you tired of just having enough and it not being more than enough, then I'm telling you, you need to lock in, learn high income skills, right? Because that's going to change everything for you. It can change everything for your family, for your position in life. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta lock in. You gotta lock in. You can't be scared, right? Again, everybody will go to work for 2 whole weeks and not like that. Y'all, when y'all think about that's some scary shit. You go to work for 2 whole weeks. And yes, I know they say that they're gonna pay us, but y'all, 300,000 women just lost their job, a good paying job, right? And it's like you done built your whole lifestyle around this job or whatever like that. It's time for you to have something of your own. So if a motherfucker want to come at you sideways, if a job want to let your ass go because they trying to let everybody go and replace people with AI, baby, you better get ahead of this wave while you can. Because again, y'all, I'm telling y'all that by 2035, a lot of motherfuckers is going to be forced into entrepreneurship. A lot of people are going to be forced into entrepreneurship. So it's like, why not tap into it, right? Start creating your own bag. You know what I mean? And y'all, I'm a person, and I tell people this all the time. People think I'm crazy for it, but I don't give a damn, because people, I ain't gonna lie, shit be up and down. Y'all, there's days where I make $3,000. There's days where I make $20. There's days, but I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I control what I earn. This is something that what you put in is what you get out. You know what I mean? And I still work my 9 to 5. I'm not ashamed to say it. I've made well over $300,000. I consider what I do, honestly, to be my full-time income. And I treat my 9 to 5 like it's my like passive income for me, because it's the same amount every single time, you know. But again, the freedom that you want, mama, the peace that you want, the you know what I mean, living the life that you want, being able to travel and do the things that you want to do, and just waking up and having slow mornings and just having peace. You know what I mean? Again, I know a lot of people do this shit for, again, Louis Vuitton bags and looking like you got money, baby. I'm doing this shit so I can escape. Okay. So when I am ready to walk away from this 9 to 5, baby, good. But I've been able to do so many amazing things for myself, buy my dream car and I pay cash for it, y'all. Been able to invest in different properties and things like that. The point is to start learning how to use your money to make you more money, to make you more money. This is what the wealthy people don't want to tell everybody. This is why they don't want to put people on game. You know what I mean? You have to invest in yourself. It's not, oh, working a job that they may let your ass go tomorrow. It's investing in yourself, taking the money to make you more money, taking the money to make you more money. And the fastest way that you're going to do that, the fastest way that you can convert is learning high income skills, because you can use those skills for so many different things, not just reselling a course, not just reselling a community, but creating something of your own, starting something of your own, investing in something else of that you can have of your own, because you control it, because what you put in is what you get out. So again, if you want more information, feel free to, no, you're not just calling me. You don't have to wait. If you want, let me see. Hold on, y'all. I don't know if it just cut off on my thing. Did it cut off? But y'all, if y'all want more information, like I said, I'm having a free event next week where you can learn a little bit more on how, because again, mama, it does not matter if you're not qualified, it does not matter if you have followers. Again, none of that shit matters. Okay. Please stop thinking that matters. Please stop thinking you gotta go viral. Please stop thinking you gotta be an influencer to make income, y'all. Like digital marketing is allowing people to literally make doctor salaries in a month or so. Okay. You don't want a piece of that. Y'all don't be seeing these kids on the internet making millions and thousands of dollars, and you sitting back, oh, I just wish he was qualified. He wish he no, bitch. Stop being scared. Stop being fucking scared and just start. You know what I mean? Stop being scared and just start. Ask questions. Do your research. Okay. Digital marketing is changing so many people's lives. Again, I'm just so grateful because where I come from, my family members and my so-called friends back in the day was making fun of me. And you know where the motherfuckers is at? Still where I left their asses, okay? And meanwhile, here I am getting to do the things that I want to do, being able to live the life that I want to do, but also being a blessing to other people. A lot of people have this bad culture or this idea of selling is a bad thing, selling is a bad thing. But bitch, if I'm helping you change your life, if I'm blessing you, you know what I'm saying, and leading you to the water so you can change your situation so you can bless somebody else, how is that a bad thing? Okay. We just got to learn how to change our mindsets and start thinking differently and start thinking clearly. All right. Because again, the life that you want to live is already yours. All right. You just got to say yes. You just got to lock in and be like, you know what? I'm going to finally do something different and just do that shit. All right. But all right, y'all, everything is linked in my bio. Feel free to check out my free resources and definitely go ahead and sign up for my live event. It's called From Scrolling to Ownership, because baby, it's time for you to stop scrolling, sis. How long you gonna keep scrolling? How long you gonna keep watching? Girl, I've been watching people. When people be saying, girl, I've watched you for 6 months. I'm like, bitch, I done made 60K. You watching me for 6 months, you could have had at least something of that. What's the problem? All right. But all right, y'all. I will see y'all probably a little bit later. Like I said, I'm probably gonna get on after this. I gotta run the Best Buy. But if y'all don't have any questions, or if you do, feel free to shoot me a DM. I always try to get back same day if I can. I ain't gonna lie, my DM's a little backed up, but shoot me a DM, voice note, preferably, okay? And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. But y'all, stop making excuses. Stop saying you're gonna start, and just fucking start, okay? Who's gonna fight you? Who gonna beat you up, okay? Your life could look a lot different 90 days from now, 6 months from now, if you just say yes and if you just start. But all right, y'all, I will see you on the next one.